All
Now,
right.
hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Women's Wednesday. I am super excited and honored just to be hosting this call tonight. We're talking shmoney, okay? Cash, money, and we have the incredible, the amazing, a personal friend of mine, I'm happy to say, Lebo Marape. Now, this boss mom is not just somebody who talks the talk, but she actually walks the walk, okay? She's recently become a boss mom to the cutest little girl who I love so much. And probably loves me too because I'm amazing. She's a property mogul. She is an online business owner. She is just a boss mom who's built companies and businesses just since the tender age of like her early 20s and is still rocking it right now. So I'm not even going to say much. I'm going to hand it over. Lebo!
Hey, hey.
Fantastic,
How are you
fantastic.
today?
Very good, very good, very good. Now, just to
Great.
note, we normally have these calls on a Wednesday evening. We had a slight technical issue with that video, but we're giving the people what they want. And head on over to our YouTube page and subscribe so you can keep getting these nuggets. I'm done. Bless us with your knowledge, Mama.
All right. Yeah, as we're doing a re-recording, which is great, people can actually now get all these nuggets without all the interruptions that we had on Wednesday night. So yeah, I'm going to give you guys 7 habits of financially savvy individuals. I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take my advice as hardcore. I do advise that you listen to my nuggets and do research, and hopefully the nuggets that I'm about to share with you will be of interest and will help you out in your personal lives and your businesses. So we've got 7 little nuggets that I want to share with you guys. The first nugget, the first habit, being to plan and budget. So you can't go anywhere if you don't know your numbers. You literally have to know your income and you have to know your expenses. You need to know whether you've got your fixed and your variable expenses. Fixed obviously being your rent, your car, your insurance, your medical aid, and the likes. And variable, it can be things that come up every 2 to 3 months, be it funeral expenses, holiday expenses, and whatever entertainment that might be once off every 2 to 3 months and the likes. So you need to know of your income, how much is coming in, how much is going to expenses, and you need to actually have a budget where you write it down and you track your numbers, because you might just find that every weekend you're going out, you're having lunch with this friend, dinner with that friend. End of the month, you've spent 5,000 Rand when you bought 2,000 Rands worth of groceries and they've rotted in your fridge simply because you're not keeping track of your numbers. So at the end of the month, if you actually go through your bank statement and you actually look at January has just passed, how much money do you spend on groceries? How much money do you spend on fuel? How much money do you spend on entertainment? Where can you cut back to ensure that your 10 Rand can stretch a bit more and last you over and above the month, so that at the end of the month, your salary, when it comes in, it finds a cushion. It doesn't just jump into 0. All right. Habit number 2 is to save a fixed percentage of your income. So when the money comes in, 5 to 10% must automatically be thrown into a 7-day notice, a 32-day notice, some kind of saving plan that you have, if it is in any investment house that you want to get into. Ensure that 5 to 10% of your salary goes in there. Don't touch it. This is going to be your little cushion should you get retrenched. Should you maybe want to buy a bigger house? Should you be saving up for something else? This is your cushion. This is not your rainy day money. This is not your I don't have petrol money. This is not your, I don't know, like this money is purely to be saved for a bigger goal, be it a house, be it a car, be it starting a business, something long-term, something for your generational wealth and your kids and stuff. But this is savings, and savings does not mean something you can access whenever you need it. All right. Moving on to habit number 3, live within your means, sorry. And living within your means literally says, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. Don't put it on credit, guys. I know there are a lot of places you can buy on credit, even like groceries. No, why are we buying groceries on credit? Why do we even think this is normal? I don't know. But anyway, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. No reason for you to be flossing with things that you can't even afford, Live within your means. If you can afford McDonald's as going to a restaurant, if you can afford Spur, there's absolutely nothing wrong. If your month end treating my family to dinner is Spur, great for you. No need for you to now wanting to go check and go Centon and showing other people that you can also do Centonize when you know coming back home you already have used a week's worth of petrol money on one meal. So be financially savvy. Live within your means. There's no need for you to go and check and go diamond walk buying labels that you can't afford. As long as you're clothed, as long as you're fed, as long as your family is taken care of, you should be happy and content with that. Don't think that having more money will necessarily mean that you're happier. So also when you're looking at, if maybe I had 5,000 Rand more, I'll be able to afford those pants, the handbag, those shoes. No, when you have the 5,000 Rand more, you're still going to be living that sort of lifestyle because you're already used to spending everything and even more than what you have. So start now, start with the little that you have and live within your means so that when the increase comes in your money, in your finances, then you can still double your income but still live within your first income because you're now used to that and you can slowly get better things as and when you need them. But there's literally no need. I see people getting 8% increases every single year and they're just like, I'm gonna get a new car. What's wrong with the old car? No, nothing, but I need to get a new car. Live within your means, guys. Always think about the long term and not the short term. Habit number 4, find additional sources of income. Now, I know that majority of you guys watching this are network marketers, and I am in no way saying that you must be a wholesale network marketer. By this, I mean, don't join all the network marketing companies. No, that's not what I mean. Finding another stream of income can simply be you have a house, weekends you're used to staying at home, you enjoy the company of kids. How many people do you know that want to go out on weekends and leave their kids somewhere? You can just have like a babysitting situation happening at your house. Maybe you can bake and you're great in baking cookies. Weekend, funeral, all those things. You can just be like, Manyalo Mikiti, Milato, call me, I'll bake for you. Circulate it in the office. Ensure that every weekend or every Thursday, Friday, you're baking, getting an extra income. If you have a vehicle that you take to work and it parks at work whilst you're at work, why not put it onto the Uber system? The driver comes in the morning, takes you to work, works 8 to 5, in the evening takes you home, works all the other hours. Why should your car just sit and not accumulate income for you? So that's what I mean. Be very creative with the types of things that you can do. If you're good with decorate for people's birthdays and the likes, and make it like a second job or something like that. So whatever you can do, look at what you are good at and use that as an additional source of income. All right. Habit number 5, get advice. Get advice, get advice, get advice. You can never know it all. So don't even fake to know it all. Whether it be a financial advisor, stockbroker, an accountant, a tax practitioner, get advice. This will help you from making mistakes. And I mean, like with your financials, making mistakes means costing you money. So once you get advice, you'll be able to better do the right investments, better use credit correctly, and all of those other things. So get advice. We don't know it all. Read up, Google, just be financially savvy in your own right. Don't just always be like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening. Get in the habit of getting advice. Nugget number 6, be smart when using credit. Okay, so I'm going to use the example of a house. All of us think that getting a home loan is a good credit. I don't know where you guys think that comes from. People are like, no, getting a house, good credit, blah, 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 blah. Let me just give you the numbers. A 650,000 rand house means 6,500 rand bond times 20 years, that's 1,560,000 rand. That's more than double the initial value of your property. And how can this ever be a good financial decision? Never. So if you go and are looking for a property and you go to your banker and your banker gives you a pre-valuation and they come back and let you know that you can afford a 1.2 million rand house, don't go buy a 1.2 million rand house. Don't go buy a 1.250 house. You can't afford it. The reality is that house has got rates and taxes. That house has got levies. That house has got some things that are going to need maintenance on. So you can't afford 1.2. What you can afford is probably 250,000 rand less, something like 950,000.
Oh no, we lost Boss Mom, but we're gonna get her on.
All right, guys. So what you can afford, like I said, is a 950,000 rand house. Let me tell you why. The bank is telling you 1.2 million, which is 12,000 rand per month. So now you're going to 950,000. You're paying 9,500 rand for the bond. You're paying 1,000 rand for the rates and taxes and 1.5 for the levies. And you're still going to have to pay for water and lights. So that's what you can afford. So you need to be financially savvy with credit. This now has you at 12,000 rand every month on the property. And then when you get your increases, your increment on your salary every annum, you can then start adding on to the bond. So instead of paying 9.5 for the bond, the next year when you get a increase on your salary, pay 10,000 rand. The next year, 10,500 rand. What that's going to do is ensure that the loan term becomes shorter and the interest becomes less. So instead of paying for the property for 20 years, you'll end up paying 15 years and the total repayment will be far much less than double the property of the house. So that's another financial savvy tip that I've got for you. Coming down to financial tip number 7. The last one, you need to prepare for a rainy day. Now, by this, I mean, you've got your salary, you've got your side hustles, you've got your businesses and everything. You've already taken your 10% saving for your house. That money, saving for your car, saving for your dreams, your school, your kids' school, whatever, that money is untouchable. That money is in some 7-day or 30-day notice. Now I'm talking about the bank I bank with has a savings pocket, which is like away from my checking account, and I can get access to that money any day. In here, you're going to put money for funeral. We're all going to die. Yes, family members die, friends die, colleagues' parents die. You're going to just have to have a savings pocket for that. The money you're going to use, maybe it's an out-of-town expense, the traveling, the accommodation, so this savings pocket is just something for should you get retrenched, should there be a funeral, like I said, and the likes. So in the savings pocket, you will start gradually throwing in, I'm not even going to say what percentage of your salary, throw in what you have. Any extra cash that you have, throw it in there. Ideally, get to a point where you at least have 3 months worth of your salary that should you get retrenched, should you get into a car accident and you're in hospital for longer than 21 days or whatever, that money will be able to sustain you for at least 3 months. I'm saying this because some people are working in places where you go on maternity leave and you don't get your full pay. You've got that savings there. So this is going to be the savings for a rainy day. Rainy day being going through a divorce, getting retrenched, getting into an accident and being in hospital for too long, the funeral, maybe this month, Shem, you partied so hard. December, you were Decembering, January, kids' school fees. You're just like, what? Did I not just get a salary 10 days ago? Yeah. So this is going to be
that savings that is just when I needed, when I misplaced 1, 2, 3, I can dig into that. Just to give you a recap, I hope that those nuggets were all great. So let me give you a recap once again of the 7 habits of a financially savvy people keep. Number 1, plan and budget. Know your numbers, know your numbers, know your numbers. Habit number 2, save a fixed percentage of your income. 5 to 10% of your income before you even start spending your salary goes into your saving. A long-term saving, guys. 32 days notice, 7 days notice, long-term. Habit number 3, live within your means. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. Don't get it on credit either. Nugget number 4, find additional sources of income. Use whatever God-given talent you've got and just get an extra source of income with it. Habit number 5, get advice. You cannot know it all. Habit number 6, be smart when using credit. Remember that extra 500 Rand to your bond is definitely going to decrease the loan term on and the repayments that you're going to pay. Habit number 7, prepare for a rainy day. My name is Lebo Marape, and I hope that I have opened up your mind to help you to be a financially savvy individual. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much, Felicity, for the opportunity. And I hope these nuggets were very helpful.
Thank you so much, Boss Mom. I made notes. I've got my pen and pad ready. I was writing up. I'm going to start implementing, because it's one thing to hear the knowledge, and if you don't put it to good use, then it's basically useless. I've found a few things that I'm guilty of in those nuggets, so I'm going to fix that and fix the point, secure the bag. That's what 2019 is all about. Thank you so much for joining us on today's Women's Wednesday. We will see you Wednesday again with another lady boss, because lady bosses don't just empowered women, empower nations. Boom.